Taking love, bring it down now. Roll it up and breathe. It's been a while, you've been around now. You were turning up and leave. Oh yeah, I've been waiting on you all day. Thinking about your body all day. Trying to get your body today. Sitting on to me, ba-da-da. You got me all alone and ta-da-da. Now I'm looking for love and la-la-la. I thought I was the one you met over. No, we want no China love. I need a special kind of love. Original designer love. If you got it, baby, la la la. No China love. No China love. No China love. No China love. Love it up, give it. Rough it up, take it easy. Let me know, mislead me. Touch me, please me. Now you know you love it when they put it down. Make it permanent like a time. From the kitchen to the bed or to the bath. Be the teacher, let me show you in a class. It's all love, it's love, it's just fancy. Cause I know what you like, cause I know what you like, girl. You don't wanna run people come China. Yeah, I know what you like, yeah, I know what you like, girl. China love, I need a special kind. Yeah, good afternoon, family. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Welcome to another episode of the Pan African Bliss Show, right here on the media of the 21st century, Black Fire Network radio station. Hope you guys are doing great this wonderful Thursday, and your week so far is great. 8:58 minutes, literally 2 minutes to 2 p.m. right here in the 254. Another day where Kenyans have woken up to go and receive the body of the one and only Raila Odinga, who passed away yesterday. He has been the long-serving opposition leader right here in the 254. Part of the news which I'll be bringing you right here today. But for now, karibuni, if in case you are on YouTube, on Rumble, on BitChute, if in case you are on the radio station. Of course, I hope you're doing amazing. To those who get to catch these shows, of course, on other streaming platforms, karibuni sana, on Spreaker, on Spotify, on Amazon TV, if you're watching, on Roku TV, wherever you're streaming from, welcome and karibuni sana to today's conversation. We shall, of course, be talking about the African Union, which has suspended Madagascar from its bloc. We know why. Of course, this means there's something positive happening in Madagascar, because we saw the president who flew the country and nobody knows his whereabouts, but he was helped by France. Those are the so far details we have. He was helped by France to escape the country because the young people of that country are tired of poverty and they demand accountability, which we spoke about literally. The traits of a leadership. Again, I hint on them: responsibility, accountability, and which they don't literally like. So, of course, the African Union doing this, we know there's something positive happening currently in Madagascar. But of course, we shall talk about, like I said, what is happening in the 254 currently, news and updates live coming from the 254, where Kenyans are marching all the way to Kasarani Stadium to view the one and only Raila Odinga's body. But on that, also want to talk about Joseph Kabila. We know this man is supposed to be actually be rotting in jail right now for all the atrocities and crimes he's committed in DRC Congo when he was a president. And we saw recently that there were news and updates that he shall be arraigned in court and is being found guilty of a couple of things, but still is very much active, participating in either being used to continue funding the M23 rebel. But we shall also discuss what is happening in Uganda. The youths are tired as well. And last but not least, also what is happening that is, of course, in other countries as we continue with today's conversation. Before we get started, always a quick reminder to download our app on the Google Play Store. You can get yourself amazing organic supplements, but I'll be letting you know more after this short musical break. This is Victoria Kimani with Shine a Love. I need a special kind of love, original designer love. If you got it, baby, feel it. Go. No China love. No China love. No China Baby, don't do me bad. You got me all alone and tired. Now I'm looking for love and color. I thought I was the one, but now go. Yeah, Karibuni Sana once again, exactly 1 minute past 2 p.m. right here in the 254. Yet another beautiful episode of the Pan African Bliss Show. I'm your host, JOBY. They call me Jobida Nelson. By the way, I barely say my full names right here. Jobida Nelson, but my name, my nickname, which I'm so used to, which is what people go by and prefer, is Joby. But Karibu Sana, in case you're on YouTube, beat it on Rumble for the first time. On our radio station, returning listeners, Karibuni Sana to the Pan African Bliss. Like I said, we shall be talking about the African Union, which has suspended Madagascar on its block. We know this actually affected three countries that are doing amazing currently after they said we don't want anything that is associated with the West because there's nothing, no contribution they have added in Africa. And this is why we can see Madagascar being kicked out. So every time we see this, I think now it's a understanding and connecting the dots and the patterns that this is how they do it. This is literally the true revolution. We should understand the difference between the true revolution and the false revolution, a real coup and a fake coup. And exactly what we're observing currently in Madagascar is a real coup. But we shall be getting into that. Before that, like I said, kindly rush to the Google Play Store, download our application where you can get yourself amazing organic supplements on the like of ashwagandha, moringa pure, beetroot. We have amazing skincare products on the like of aloe cucumber soap, shea butter, and so much. But for now, before we get started, I love pouring our brains right here so we can stay focused. So for now, rush to the Google Play Store on the sports page in case you need any more details. We also have amazing t-shirts, by the way, with our logo, Black Fire Network logo. In case you want one in any color of your size, we got you covered. But let's pour our brain right here.
Unlock your full potential with Brain and Focus, a powerful supplement designed to boost mental clarity, enhance memory, and sharpen concentration. Made from a blend of scientifically proven ingredients like ginkgo biloba, omega-3, and essential vitamins, Brain and Focus is crafted to fuel your mind. Our process ensures maximum potency and effectiveness, delivering the perfect balance of brain-boosting nutrients. Take just one capsule daily, as prescribed by your healthcare provider, and feel the difference. Whether it's powering through your workday or staying sharp in life's challenges, Brain and Focus keeps you at the top of your game. Stay sharp, stay focused, and stay ahead with Brain and Focus. Brain and Focus, fuel your mind, achieve more. Go get this product at blackhotfirenetwork.com at the Sports and Nutrition Store.
In case you have any question, kindly ensure you email us at kcnews15@gmail.com. You'll be guided on any difficulties of maybe you're facing purchasing any of the merchandise or these amazing organic supplements. Live coming from Nairobi. This is the current situation that we've woken up to this amazing morning. And of course, the body of Raila Odinga was supposed to arrive here by 8 a.m. in the morning. And of course, people were already there because the news were already, of course, gazetted that how the body is gonna arrive here, where the body is going to be viewed. Because we knew if they didn't allow people to view his body, it's gonna be chaotic. Look at the numbers, you guys. The numbers don't lie. And we understand that this man is someone who has been actually vying for the presidential seat. I believe actually when Raila, because looking and talking to most of the people yesterday, some were like he's contributed into democracy, he's part of the people who participated in the creation of democracy and different political parties and all that. This is where we have the Saba Saba, which happens every single year right in the 254, a remembrance of how we created different multiple parties and how we became literally who we are today as a country. So most of the people are telling me yesterday, I've not done my research though, they are saying before, because I was young at that time, that he participated in democracy, participated in different things in Kenya. But when you talk about how long he's been standing and pushing people on the spirit of revolution, which is, although not revolution, it's been fake revolution, you know,
He's not created any impact for the people. But was he loved? The numbers are showing you, because yesterday we were saying it, and maybe most of you could not believe what we're saying. Raila was actually the most loved opposition writer in the 254. The numbers are crazy. They had refused for them to enter the airport. The people stormed the airport. I'm going to share those images. People overtook the planes. They were just climbing the planes. It's been really super chaotic this morning. So shout out to Kamlesh. I don't think Kamlesh should be able even to make it to work today because it's chaotic. And understand also, as this happens, we have in the midst of it, we have thieves. Okay, we have people who are stealing, of course, from other innocent Kenyans who are just there, expressing their emotions or celebrating life. So let me share the current events as we get straight into also what is happening regarding this.
Rais Yuda anaweza kupigiwa mizinga 21, lakini akiaga dunia kabla kama amestaafu basi anaweza kupigiwa nafikiri mizinga 19.
So apparently yesterday we had some of the Kenyans now are speculating that he might have been killed, but understanding his age, this guy was literally he had aged, he had really aged. I'd say it was time. Someone was lived long enough. As much as Africans, our lifespans are not supposed to be. At 80, you are still good looking. At 80, you're still, that old. You could live longer than that. But yeah, is someone who actually, we can see from the numbers speaking for themselves, someone who was really, really loved. But what we woke up to this morning, this is how people actually woke up in town, headed all the way to Jomo Kenyatta International Airport to receive his body. So you can imagine if this is literally, if this was revolution, we would have conquered it literally. The numbers are speaking for themselves. If this is how we can unite and say we don't want any more dictatorship, any more corruption, the numbers are literally showing we can literally do it because this is amazing. Being honest, this is amazing to see because I don't know if this is all the Luos or is just Kenyans at large, because I've seen literally different expression from different tribes without tribalism being involved. Now we've seen different tribes coming up and showing how much they really love this man, showing different side of how he was someone who was known for, we say vitendawili. What is vitendawili in English? Parables. He was a man of parables. He was a parable speaker. He used to make like funny, parables or try to make funny stories, especially when he has gathered people. So those are some of the things that I'd say Raila is being remembered for. But at the same time, this should teach us something as people, as the citizens. We have the opposition is dead. This is just us going to view someone who's already dead. We're just going to celebrate a life that is already gone without anyone telling us. So imagine if we stood up and said, in this coming election, also we don't want Ruto in power. We can actually do it, and I believe that is where actually we are headed. Personally, like I said yesterday, we're gonna do it. One time, we're back to one time because Raila is one of the people who has been always dividing, using tribalism through his opposition at the same time to divide people. But this time, there's no one who is telling Kenyans do this and this. Is people to think on their own. But it also determines who's going to come as an opposition because politics is about to change drastically in Kenya. But karibu sana Keith, how are you doing? I'm good. Why do you sound bored?
How do I sound what?
You sound bored, or are you just from waking up?
How do you, how do you, how does, how does being bored sound like?
It's like you don't want to talk. It's just like you don't want to
No,
talk.
no, I'm just in my cool, sexy voice.
Oh
Laid
shit.
back.
Okay,
Laid,
okay. What's that? God
you
damn.
bet, you better recognize. You better recognize.
That's so sad. But Karibu Sana, we're just talking about what's currently happening in Kenya. Today in the morning, Raila's bodies arrived from India. They went to take it yesterday in the evening, and their body arrived here in the 254 by 8 a.m. By 8 a.m., we had look at the numbers in that stadium. God damn, this is crazy. Oh my God. And still, many people are still popping. I'm literally amazed personally. This is super crazy. The numbers of the people who have stormed the airport because we had police officers who are already set on the road to so that they can block people not to go to the airport. They said, hell, fuck you. But pardon my language. Say, hell yeah, this time this is not Mandamano. This is not them. We're going to see Raila. So F you and your guns. Let's see how many of you can shoot. And we're down for war. You're also talking of a group of people who are actually angry because the death of Raila is something that people have speculations of. We have videos currently popping of they have speculations of he might have been killed because of the coming elections. Uh, he also the people had warned him immediately when he started working together with Ruto. He was told your life is in danger. You don't know who you're really messing with. You might have messed with other presidents and playing this opponent thing, but this one is gonna finish you. So currently Kenyans are mad. There's a mixture of emotions. Literally, the country is in so much tension. So many people have not opened their businesses. Like yesterday, we had shut down because of just the small a rising of people just mourning. So again, politics is about to take a really different direction in Kenya because it's gonna be whoever is gonna pop up as the new opposition. I don't think he can be able to pull this massive number again. How these people play the tribal cards, I don't know if this time they're going to be able to pull it. I think this is the only last man who has been playing the tribal cards because currently we have Gashagwa as the um, popular opposition leader, but still people are facing him. You can remember when you went to the States, even here in Kenya, the youths have stood up in front of him telling you, you are a tribal man and that is what we don't want. You're someone who's pushing your
Exactly.
agendas,
Exactly.
tribalism, and this is what we're trying to fight and saying no, we are Kenyans, not Kikuyus, not Kambas, not Luo. So I bet and hope also what you're observing currently on the screen, because it's different areas. Literally they're showing different angles of where people are coming from. Kamlesh can't make it to work because number one, the buses are not operating. Secondly, there's a mixture of people in this crowd, so you might lie to yourself also, maybe taking a bike. Then yesterday we saw someone's
Yeah.
bike being stolen in town. Crazy. They stole someone's bike yesterday in town and they were beating the shit out of him. Give us the bike. And they beat him up, took his phone and wallets and the bling blinks he
Damn.
had on his. Yeah, yesterday it was really, really yesterday it was so bad in town. That's why during the evening also the same tension had begun in Rongai, and that's why Demore had told Ella and Drew to close up the shop because the cops started popping, and the moment you see the cops, it's about to go down every single time. So yeah, I hope also this. That's what I'm saying. I hope this can come up when we're seeking a change in Kenya. I hope this is not just the Luo, and I bet not. This is Kenyans going to mourn Raila Odinga. So we're gonna be giving you, of course, guys, news and updates of how the day is gonna go. This is currently happening in the 254 in Nairobi. This is in Kasarani. This is Thika Road. And then they're gonna be tomorrow. I hear they're gonna be in Kisumu at Moi University. Then the burial is gonna be on Saturday in his home in Kisumu, where people are also gonna be viewing his body. It's gonna be it's chaotic, but at the same time, I love to see it. I just love to see the unity of people. Personally, it excites me. I don't know why. It just excites me, especially when there's no war. This is peaceful. It's not what we were seeing yesterday. Yesterday it was people beating, stealing, breaking down people's shops, stealing
Whenever,
and all that.
whenever you got chaos, because we always have criminal actors that have nothing to do with the celebration, try to get an opportunity to steal and cause chaos.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But I do love sometimes the unity of our people without chaos. You know, if you can do it just without chaos, because this is not revolution. This we have to understand this is not
Of course.
revolution that we are on the street for. We're just going to mourn Raila Odinga. are just going to mourn Raila Odinga. But also what was happening in the airport, let me show you what was happening in the airport this morning. I don't know if I have the videos, how they went and took over the airport, stormed the planes, started climbing on the planes and all that. Like the police have lost super control
Damn.
of this massive number of people. They can't control it. They can't, this time they can't control this number of
Now
people.
imagine,
It's so
you do that
huge.
for imagine if you did that for revolution, guys, or something that actually
Exactly. That
something that actually benefits you. It should show you
is,
there's no police, no military that can stop a united people.
mm-hmm. Exactly. See how people
Of the program.
are not this one.
We don't expect it to be a very long program.
If I find it, we're gonna share it later on the reaction time. But yeah, people stormed the airport, they took over the planes, they are celebrating and all that. This is one of the other people are fainting. Man, it's really bad. People are fainting. Other people are just collapsing on the road, lack of strength. This man yesterday, this was the guy we were talking about yesterday on the Tubonge show, who we know is one of the biggest known in Kenya, the biggest supporter of Raila Odinga. So of course, these are some of the people we expect to be feeling it super bad, like the biggest supporters of Raila. Yeah, but those are the current events currently in the 254. RIP to the one and only Raila Amolo Odinga. He was such an amazing, funny person, being honest, political aside and looking at personality. This is without judgment. He was a funny person. Of course, probably a great dad, probably a great husband. You know, people are fucked up in their own way, and people are amazing in their own way. So we do love our own Raila, despite him not doing anything for Kenya. But still, as we mourn Raila Odinga, what is happening in the 254? Ruto is finding out ways of how he can get himself in power. This man is not sleeping, okay? I always love the politic games because as other things happen, other things are happening. So yesterday, immediately Raila Odinga was pronounced dead. We have 8 unlawful, 8 actually illegal things that were passed yesterday. We don't have the details yet, but there's a video which I want to share of this guy was saying there's some
Yeah,
new
because
constitutions.
Rahila's a distraction. Hate to show you guys.
Yeah.
The rest of the world look at that and still look at Kenya still back with a tribal culture screaming about some dead Negro. Who cares? So Ruto understand the game. You guys are distracted. So let's pass a bunch of illegal shit. You're not paying attention. You're worried about raiding a plane for somebody that ain't did shit. Good luck to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why just start
Well,
changing laws and bills? Good.
that's true. And that is politics. That's just how it works, you know. I mean, that's
Of
just how
course.
the game is.
Of
They
course.
take advantage. Of course, if my other opponent goes down, I'm gonna take advantage of how I can change things that they didn't want. And I've always been pinning me down, you know, by being a distraction, like you said, you know, for me not to pass other things. So as this goes on, we have Joseph Kabila. Remember, Joseph Kabila is the ex-president of DRC Congo. He's one of the people who have been accused of being funded by the US, and we know the WHO, to fund the M23 rebel, because we know also Felix Tshisekedi is doing the same. That's why these presidents don't do and don't care about their countries, because they're being
And then
given money to
then they, then
these
they,
people that are
then they
money.
said they charged Kabila with treason, Joe. But I think they're gonna kill his
Exactly.
ass.
Exactly. They charged him with treason. So what is this man doing in Kenya currently? He's in Kenya. And as we talk
He's
about what
in
is happening,
Kenya. He's in
yes,
Kenya. Yeah, he's in Kenya, Joe, because Kenya with Uganda and Rwanda has been stood out the Congo. Kenya's a rogue criminal country. So he's not going back to no damn Congo to go to no prison. He's
mm-hmm,
probably going to be exiled in Kenya or one of these other
mm-hmm,
African countries where they can't get his ass.
mm-hmm. So let me read what this article says. Of course, they're saying that the convicted ex-president Joseph Kabila rallies opposition to save DRC from the crisis. And this is an announcement He announced a movement to save his country after a meeting with the opposition leaders in Kenya's capital. Mind you, this is happening when Raila is gone. So which oppositions are we talking about? The meeting held on Tuesday and Wednesday resolved to rally Congolese to oppose the dictatorship of President Felix Tshisekedi. This man was also a dictator, as much as he's accusing. This is why we go back to the blame games they like doing, so that
they go back and forth exactly because they're both corrupt. How's Tshisekedi a damn dictator? Nobody calls. So that's him. I'm gonna get back in power and be the one stealing and getting the money again. I call him a dictator because this is all African clown shit.
Congolese government spokesperson Patrick Moyaya dismissed a non-event and meeting of fugitives and convicts. Kenya Foreign Ministry has not responded to the request for comment. Kabila was recently sentenced to death back home for war crimes and treason. He rejected the charges as arbitrary, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but did not appear in court.
That's it. Of course he's not, because he knows, since Africa is corrupt, Congo's corrupt, not controlled by no damn Tshisekedi either. He knows if he lands in Congo, they're gonna lock his ass up and they're gonna kill him because he's opposition of Tshisekedi's government. That's all that is. But so that's him trying to buy his way back in power. Not gonna get there, but this is like African games because Congo has not been stable. Congo has not been stable since the goddamn Portuguese landed in there 500 years ago and destroyed that kingdom. You've had nothing but destabilization because of the wealth of the area. No one's had complete control of it except the white man. These morons had no, and maybe Ubuntu, who everybody that the white man backed, his criminal ass. But you had no control. Tshisekedi doesn't control Congress. Why you got these damn rebel groups running around? M23 and I don't know how many other, 5 or 6, 7, 8 other. So there is no control of the Congo. He may be the president of Congo. He controls none of it. Controls none of it. You're gonna be president of a country. You got all these damn other militaries running around your country.
That's so true. This is Ruto with his military uniform and what is happening.
I love when a moron there's a military. You see, this is some African bullshit. This Negro never been no military, never served no military, should never be one. It's a disrespect to military people. But he wasn't like he's some kind of damn person in charge with a military outfit. I'm the commander in chief. Yeah, I'm a president, but you don't put a military uniform because you never served. In America, that's illegal. You never serve. You don't get the right to put on that uniform.
So let me see.
While President William Ruto was in Eldoret marking KDF Day with the military, another story was quietly unfolding in Nairobi. Former DRC President Joseph Kabila, convicted in absentia for war crimes, has surfaced in Kenya. And his visit has triggered outrage from both Congolese exiles and Kenyans.
See all these fat bastards. Joey said, Joey calls them the balloons. I call them fat bastards. See all these fat bastards. They told that tribal shit don't matter when they at the top. Ain't what's the name? A whole different tribe, the Kenyan tribes. Why is he asking these other tribal niggas to help him? Go ahead. Look how fat and unhealthy this bastard looks. I thought I'm bad. God damn.
Arrived under heavy security for a 2-day.
These are the Wababa. These are the ones, the Wababa, sleeping with the young girls. out here and there.
Closed-door meeting with Congolese opposition leaders and exiles. It is his first public appearance since a Kinshasa military court sentenced him to death on charges of treason, crimes against humanity, and support for the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels, now known as the Alliance Fleuve Congo. Among those present was former Prime Minister Augustine Matata Ponyo, also convicted in absentia, and senior opposition figures like Kabila's PPRD party.
It's all this fake Kenyan military shit. Military's worthless. I'll be honest. Military's worthless. They couldn't cut goddamn butter with a warm knife. They got on the battlefield. Any real military, they be wiped up. There's no real military in Africa. The jokes, the laughing stock. There's no real military. Except for the one Ibrahim Traoré is trying to make. So there's no real, all that howling and screaming and shit. That's nonsensical. I had a real military. I cut through Kenya and Uganda like a warm knife through butter. I know a real military. That's not one. Uganda don't have one. Kenya don't have one. Tanzania don't have one. There are no real militaries in Africa. And that's the problem. Bunch of niggas playing toy soldiers. That's what you see. Jokes. Clowns. Fucking with old ass fucking equipment and shit that barely work. Go ahead, Joe.
Say the group met to unify what they call the radical opposition and draft a roadmap for national reconciliation.
We're here to talk about the country. First, we're going to talk about the chaotic situation in the country, about the country's security situation.
It was a chaotic when you was there. It was chaotic when they was in power. We were talking about the chaotic situation that's in the country now. Motherfucker, it was the stealing and people being murdered when you controlled it. There's no difference. What are you talking about?
The blame games.
Yeah, exactly, Joby. Same nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
Where it might lead us.
I mean, this is the same thing. Remember, also Felix Kedi himself did to what's the name of this other leader? Let me remember the name, then look at it.
All right.
Well, you also did the same thing.
And it's high time that the opposition, that we come together so we can lay solid foundations. You know, for someone like me who has already struggled, who has been through a lot in the opposition, it doesn't surprise me. When we formed the Forces Acquisies au Changement with President...
Someone like me that struggled, I've got all the money, I've been stealing money. Congo's still been fucked up since supposedly the Belgians left. Nothing's changed. And the struggle of us all stealing from the Congo and the people still being impoverished. What are you talking about, moron? Mm-hmm. Somebody's putting your stupid ass back in power. You are an idiot and a goddamn disgrace. Like all you goofy nigga leaders. You are a disgrace. And you should be taken out. And they've already tried you in abstention. They get your ass, and I think they should do it. Unalive your ass. Go ahead, Joe. Nigga babble.
When we responded to the invitation from President Moise Katumbi and President Tshisekedi in Genval, was everyone there? The MLC was there, the UNC was there, the people from Chienbusha, were they there? There were a lot of people who may have listened but who didn't want to come.
All this as fighting continues to escalate in the country's east, where M23 holds key territory. But Kabila's appearance in Kenya has created a diplomatic storm. Relations between Nairobi and Kinshasa have been crumbling since 2023, after DRC accused Kenya of quietly backing the rebels. The fallout has been steady. Ambassadors recalled, Kenya's staff arrested, and attacks targeting Kenya's embassy in Kinshasa.
Of course they have. Kenya is a puppet state of the white man. Of course they have. People know Kenya is a puppet state. West Africa know Kenya is a puppet state. They know Ghana is a puppet state. They know Nigeria and South Africa are puppet states. Yeah, they know that.
And Kenya's decision to appoint a council in M23 held Goma only made things worse. Analysts now warn Kabila's visit could trigger a full diplomatic fallout, possibly trade sanctions or another ambassador recall.
I think you cannot mediate somebody who does not trust you. So if the authorities in Kenya or if the authorities in Kinshasa see Kenya as an ally or somebody who supports a rebellion that
nobody cares what you say in the Congo either. You got no military. You niggas shut the fuck up. Shut up. No one cares about what you're talking about. You dumbass niggas have never built no military. No one cares. Kenya doesn't care what you say. Nobody host them. You're no threat. So you talking, you niggas like to talk, but you don't build nothing. Shut the fuck up. You're childlike in the head. Shut up. Till you build a real military, shut the fuck up. You can't protect your own citizens from little tiny Rwanda and little tiny Uganda and Rwanda are small countries. You can't even protect yourself from them. Shut the fuck up. Sounds stupid as hell. Until Kenya does this, and Kenya don't care what you say. You can't invade Kenya. You can't stop them. Who cares? That's why they can host his ass, because you're no threat to them militarily. That's why they can bring Kabila there. You niggas just run your mouth. You let your white country, and then they invade your ass because they believe in military power. You niggas don't do it but run your mouth. Shut up. Who cares what you say? No one cares.
That's why before I share what's happening in Uganda, where there's also massive genocide silently going on there, because we know in the borders, while this is happening, of course, this causes clashes also between the people, amongst the people, because they feel intruded in some sort of way. But we have the African Union, which was our main topic, which has suspended Madagascar from its bloc. And I was saying from the beginning of my show.
Of course it does. Of course it does. Because the African Union is created by white people. They don't want to have black people take over their countries and use their resources to benefit them. So you always see the African Union does not represent Africa. You get it now? Get out of it.
Understand and try to connect the dots and understand the patterns. If you look at the Alliance Sahel state, they were affected the same when they withdrew. Why? This is because they are creating something that is out of the norm, and exactly what is happening in Madagascar. So every time we see
that out of the norm is out of the white man's hands.
Well,
out of the norm, Joby, it's out of the white man's hand. Shout out to you, big nose moron over in Uganda, O'Shea Duke moron. Hey, moron, you see that when Madagascar tries to get free, when you talking about the AU, and the United Nations, these things do not represent African people ever getting sovereignty back of their countries and their resources. The world is designed, all these political institutions, all these fake ass NGOs are all designed to keep Africans on the bottom and everybody else wealthy off the backs of Africans. See, you go even deeper. The whole world has been designed over the last 500 years. I'm gonna keep it real honest with you. Hurt some feelings. The world's wealth has been built on the backs of African people, whether you're on the continent or off the continent, through slavery and through colonization. Slavery going back east with the no good, dirty Arab, or slavery going back west with the no good, dirty European, and then colonialization on the continent. So 500 years of the world's wealth has been built on the backs of African people. And so the system that was created out of that wealth is to make sure that the status quo never changes. So all systems are to keep Africans out of power and impoverished. You understand that? So there are no fake NGOs that come to help you and all that old fake ass shit. There are no institutions, no NGOs designed and set up to give Africans liberation and their wealth back. They're all designed to do the opposite. Go ahead, Joby. You got it.
Okay, so yeah, I was saying personally, when I say out of the norm, is because they expect, of course, Africa to be in the same position of never wanting to claim power, having childlike mindset. So when we have a group of people who have been in the system, can critically think like Ibrahim Traore and have a strategy, that is something out of the norm. Maybe the way you're calling it the white man's whatever, but that is what I mean, out of the norm. So yeah, this is us to understand also the difference between a fake coup and a real coup. Every time we see the African Union dropping countries that are trying to reclaim power, or when the people practice what is the so-called democracy according to their own term, when you try to apply it in our own
Exactly. Real democracy, Joby, that's not allowed. That's why you see the people jumping in the streets, and we know they're the majority. But that's not allowed, Joby, because Africans are supposed to be on the bottom and poor and stupid.
The African Union announced Wednesday that it had suspended Madagascar from its bodies with immediate effect
so what?
until
So what? What does the African Union? What does the African Union do? Nothing. So anyone, the African Union put sanctions and said Burkina Faso and Mali and them were going to be kicked out, right? Kick them out, and then asked them to come back. Oh, we're not going to kick. These are our brothers, because the white man told them, hey, we need these countries, man. We need this money. So so quietly take them back, then ask them to now put our puppets back in. That was, and so because they were about to leave, they said, okay, good. You play your fake sanctions. You don't do shit. Like even Troy told you, what has the AU done about the Congo? Oh, not a goddamn thing. Not a damn thing. So you suspended me from your raggedy ass fake organization. Like, who cares? Well, what? You've been suspended from the African Union. Yeah? Good. Keep me all the way out of it, too. All the way. Don't come back telling me to get up in it.
period.
President Andry Rajoelina. The group previously suspended several other member states after military coups, including Mali, Burkina Faso, and Guinea. The uprising resulted in a military-backed coup that brought Rajoelina to power as the transitional leader of his Indian Ocean country at the age of just 34.
Pause it for some reason. You see, so the fake coup of Gabon, they never kicked Gabon out, did they, Joby? They never did no sanctions against Gabon because that was a fake coup. They never said nothing about Gabon, Joby. Not one time.
Exactly. It's all about nepotism going on there, nothing serious.
That aided Rajoelina Rise declared it was taking power in Madagascar and ousting him as president following weeks of youth-led protests, this time against Rajoelina and his government. About 75% of the country's 30 million people were affected by poverty, according to the World Bank, with the lack of access to higher education, government corruption, and the cost of living, among other issues dominating the recent protests. Meanwhile,
and that's the fact. And this is what happens when you let these Indians invade Africa. This motherfucker should never be a president of any African country ever anyway. That's when you let these Indians invade Madagascar and put them over there. Madagascar is an African country with African people. You understand that? When the French invaded them and overthrew them, the king and queen of Madagascar were Africans that they threw out of power. Why is this Indian man in power in Madagascar? Other Africans? But 75% of you stay in poverty while he lives the high life, living good. You got no electricity, no water, no food. In Madagascar, it's got arable land while you're poor. While you starving. I told you, you better get race first, morons.
I do believe
globally, you better understand black first.
With the energy that is currently being released globally, we can see the young people demonstrating and rising up against this system. Like
exactly.
They can't deny it. It's literally happening. You can't stop it. It's being seen. We're witnessing it, and you can't just stop it. So as much as other countries, to wake up.
It's gonna get even worse with the Africans being born right now. I told you, Joe. But energies changing. The babies even today. That's how you got the youth right now. Even the babies being born right now are not gonna want to hear that dumb shit about staying in poverty and listening to Jesus and Allah. They're gonna tell you, fuck Allah, fuck you. They're gonna become more militant than you children right now. You ones in your 20s right now, your babies are gonna be even more militant than you. So you better get right. I'm telling you. Go ahead.
So we have this Ugandan guy complaining about the situation in Uganda. Let me share.
Hi guys, how are you? My name is Magara Davis from Uganda. Guys, it takes a lot of courage and effort to come here and ask for help.
You're in Uganda.
Yeah, so many people have been trying to reach out, but they were getting zero response. If you see any black person or any Congolese or Palestinian person asking for support, please share, like, and comment.
Yeah, basically he's talking about the because I was going through the comments and
What's he saying? I don't know what he's saying.
the situation in Uganda because Ugandans are also in poverty.
I know.
And
I know. And let me say something to you big nose moron over there living in Uganda. I think you got paid by my 70. You didn't mention the 70. You trying to say even Therese? I said even Therese is worse than my 70? People laugh in your face. I think you probably get paid by the Ugandan government because you are a moron and you're an opportunist. Somebody gave you a few shekels, a few shillings for you to talk that bullshit because you are a moron. Because you talk about even Therese the worst leader in Africa and not my 70? Go ahead, Joby.
yeah, he knew he had to go there. You can come here. You see, other Black Americans are leaving because they can't stand Kenyans. Because we are critic people. We don't tolerate bullshit. So he had to go. At least maybe they're more lenient. We ain't. If I bump into you, I'm gonna talk shit on your face. Who do you think you are? Like, who do you think?
What are you talking about, Joby?
Some
What American? What are you talking about? You talking about that Jay Rillo guy again? What are you talking about?
Yeah, and many of them they're leaving Kenya for those who can't stand being in Kenya, those who don't like being criticized, those who can't
Oh,
stand the
okay.
truth.
Okay.
I'm saying,
Well, yeah. Well, what are you doing? You shouldn't be disrespectful to people. Jay Rillo should
but
have had his ass beat before you got him out of here.
mhm. Yeah, this guy was just addressing the situation in Uganda and talking
Okay.
about also, of course, in Uganda. That was, I think, last year at the beginning of this year. I reported that there are so many refugees the same way we have actually in Kenya. We have so many Congolese in Uganda. We have
Of
so
course.
many Rwandese. I
Yeah,
mean,
Wandy. But you have a
Kenyans.
bunch of Wandis in Uganda. You'll find out when you guys go. You find out when you guys go through there in a couple of weeks, in a couple of months, in another month and a half, whatever. There's a bunch of Wandis in there because Kagame's a dictator. Oh, it's all great and all that goofy shit. And also, Kagame and Goofy Museveni are puppets of DC. They're the ones going into the Congo and destabilizing it for the minerals for the white man. That's why people are screaming across the border, right? So that's what we're talking about. Uh, you know, that's what's going on. That's why Kagame's been allowed to be there 30 years and Goopy Museveni. See, none of these true Negroes are ever called dictators. You see it with their fake elections. Another moron. Museveni's been there since I was at least I wasn't in elementary school with Paul Beard, but at least in my 70s, I was at least in high school. God damn, I was in high school when this dude took over Uganda. But they won't call him a dictator, which he is because he's their puppet. The billions of dollars they steal out of Congo is crazy. Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, it's crazy. So literally, the whole of the continent, apart from the countries, now we can see self-reclaiming power. This is no white man involved. This is self-reclaimed power, self power taken and we want to rebuild everything by ourselves. Those are the only country currently which are going to benefit the fruits of their country. And I mean, I'm talking about the resources and building the country into what you want it to be. So we're gonna
And
look
when
forward
you
to
do that, the AU's gonna say we're now suspending you. Well, I'm gonna leave the AU that doesn't help anybody or do anything. Well,
we
no,
honestly
when did the AU come to Nigeria and stop Boko Haram? When did the AU come to the Sahel states and stop the terrorism in those countries? Oh, never, never.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Yes, I'm saying we will see how Madagascar current leader who has taken over, how he's going to lead the country. If there's going to be any transformation, and if so, of course, we should expect news of attempted assassinations.
Of course,
People's,
and ain't that funny? 3 days ago, they tried to kill Ibram Torre again. They tried to kill him again 3 days ago, Monday. They tried to kill him again. They tried to kill him again Monday.
they never get tired. But yeah, this is
Oh,
this.
no, they're not never stop. Africa's the
Yes.
wealth of the planet. They gonna never stop.
Yeah, so these are the reports also being released yesterday. As Kenyans who are busy mourning, we can see we have Joseph Kabila in the country. And then on this other end, we also have reports that while the country was mourning and waiting for President Ruto to announce Raila's death, he was busy signing 8 controversial bills into law. So let's listen to what they were.
Guys, wake up, wake up, wake up. They say that never let a chaotic opportunity pass. And that is what William Ruto, the president of the country, has done. William Ruto, Kenya's president, has assented, how many bills are these? 8 bills. He has passed 8 bills. No, he has assented 8 bills. The National Assembly passes bills, then he assents the bill, and now the bills become law. These bills are the 2023 National Land Commission Amendment Bill, the 2024 Land Amendment Bill.
These are the things that took us to the streets. Remember this.
To the streets.
And
I know, I'm about to say, they took it to the streets just last year. That's right. Are you screaming and hollering about some goofy leader that ain't did shit? Good luck to you. See, they understand that you guys are stupid because they've educated you guys. You know, you get all excited about dumb shit, about some leader dying who ain't never done shit. He's the bye-bye and the pie-bye. Shout out to you, Dr. Mama got it right. The nigga didn't do shit. He was a fucking opposition leader given to you by the white man who didn't do a goddamn thing for your business, but they know you're stupid. They know you're childlike and you're moronic. And that's they see you all on the street. Like, what? What is going on? It is 2025. What are you doing, man? But that's when we talk about the educational level in Africa. It is fucking fucked up and backwards. So that's why he knew he could do all this evil, wicked shit. Because he knows you guys are fucking stupid. Shout out to this man for missing it. They're going to use that because you are still childlike in the head. Joby sees all of you know. The rest of the world knows you're childlike. You're childlike people. This what you've done. This what children do with some goofy fake leader dies who ain't never done shit for you, never done shit for the country, but told some stupid ass jokes or did some terrible jokes. I'm gonna run around and scream and holler and shit and tear down the airport with some terrible singing motherfucker. Go ahead, Joby.
We agree. Done nothing for the country, but it won't change the fact that people love him. That's the.
I get it. I get they love, but what's all that for? What's all this craziness for then?
Well, I don't know the craziness what it is about the crying and all that. That is just Africans. And again,
I'm saying exactly. You show that you are a childlike people. You're not. You're divorced of logical thinking. What the fuck are you going to the airport, jumping on the airport and shit because some nigga dies? Who gives a fuck? Shit crazy.
Celebrating life. Don't say we celebrate life. Well, this is what they were doing.
Okay, that's true. That's what you're supposed to do. That's right. Okay, I give it that. That should go ahead. So we got. Joey got my ass. Okay, you got it. Go ahead.
I'm gonna defend my people on that particular
I know.
angle.
You got my ass. You got it, Joey. I can see the argument. I can see the argument. Go ahead.
Because when I look at the comments of what we're sharing about the 8 bills, not like people are dumb. Because listen, people are saying, we're gonna go back to the streets, and this time Ruto is not gonna believe it. He's gonna step down by force. And then someone also said, Ruto doesn't like us. That's the end, and he needs to step down. Someone also says, I knew this guy was waiting for Raila to die, and he doesn't even care about him dying. Like
no, we don't care about him dying. Yes, okay. No, you care. Nobody gives a fuck about no Raila Dingo dying. In the world, he had no power. Who gives a fuck about him? And so his white master gonna say, this time you strike and sign the shit we want you to sign. They got yes, boss.
And someone also says Ruto will be a one-term mark this year.
It's not about the term. You got to overturn all them bills. See, you get that puppet in there. You won't overturn them bills. Them bills are gotta be overturned.
Exactly.
Eradicated. Go ahead.
Conservation and Management Amendment Bill of 2023 and Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Amendment Bill of 2024 is very important. The Computer Misuse and Cybercrimes Amendment Bill. This is the bill that they have been using, kutufinya. Now the bill is low. Then the National Police Service Commission Amendment Bill of 2024, the Air Passenger Service Charge Amendment Bill of 2025, the Virtual Asset Service Providers Bill of 2025. Definitely this is not a good bill. I'm going to read about it. And the Privatization Bill of 2025. We know
privatization, we've seen it's been happening. He's been privatizing things.
Yeah.
We have the NGO, we have pipeline going.
That's the white man coming back in and recolonizing, saying all this shit belongs to me. You niggas work for me, tell me. All you Kenyan niggas, now all your shit is mine and you work for me.
I don't work for no white man. I work for you. I'm not paying white man money.
You might work for me, but business white man gonna say, hey, you want the building? Keep, you work for me.
The only way the white man gets my money is through maybe the shopping, you know. I don't even go nowhere, so I don't use no transport. I'm on the good side.
What happens when they pass privatization bills? We know what happens. They steal. I'm going to research more about these bills and I'm going to make videos about them shortly. So stay vigilant. Follow me.
Videos. Better get your ass back in the street. You better. Shout out to you, Dr. Mama. You might be talking crazy, but you know revolution is the only way it can. And I agree with you, Dr. Mumby. Now that talking, him doing his videos, no, you're going to get to this. You got to do some goddamn Madagascar shit now.
Yep, that's true. That's so true. But we are there. So far that we know what is happening in the country on the good side. Not like all the bad.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the streets and all that, but we are so far on the good side. We're not really that dumb like Nigerians, sorry to say. It's not like all Nigerians are dumb. We're not dumb like South Africans, sorry to say. At least we're trying to.
Yeah. Nobody say you're not dumb. Nobody say you're dumb as South Africans. That's a whole nother dumbness there.
At least here we see people fighting for our land. You're not gonna come tell us we want
to.
Mombasa people tried that bullshit. I don't know. The white man, of course, probably tried to push that bullshit. Mombasa see Kenya. Mombasa see Kenya. This is in Kenya. What do you mean, Mombasa?
They did. They tried it. Yeah. And the white people, right? The white people own most of Mombasa. Yeah, they tried to break it up. Exactly. That's what they do.
It's not gonna be that easy. This time, it's not. When you came and found people dumb and without understanding who of a pale person is this causing destruction, we know you. And people are waking up. People are going deep into articles. Again, maybe it's not that evident, but TikTok shows you a lot. TikTok, again, you'll see how people are reading. People are going into articles deep by one, reading our history, telling you how our history, how the atrocities they committed in Kenya, setting up the campsites and killing people, raping women, all that. Yeah. People are learning. So this is
they are, Joby. They are.
You might told our parents. Maybe that is the generation bringing up the confusion. Those who are going, oh, support Israel. That is the damn generation actually in the street. There was no young
That's
person
true.
there. There was no
I
young
didn't say
person.
you're right. You're right.
Age. I saw some damn old Negroes. We love Israel. I love Africa. Love. We know what is happening in Israel. The youths know what is happening in Israel. I met a
That's
mad
true.
person yesterday and I took a stone. They were like, "Are you an Israelite?" I'm like, what? Because
Wait, Joby, say it again. What happened? What happened?
to my show, after I
Yeah.
dropped that at the barber shop, I went
Yeah.
around. I went around picking food because I don't like walking around all the time, especially when
I
I have
got
my mini dresses. Just people pop.
Yeah.
So I went to pick liver and some other groceries that I needed, and then I met this
All
mad
right.
person with a stick. Mad people. I've told you, mad people are really mad for real, for real. They hit on pregnant women. I've seen a mad person hitting on a pregnant. My stepmom when she was
Damn.
pregnant. Then Shmani also said her sister was hit by feces on her face by a mad person. So you when you see a mad person, you gotta run away. You don't get close to them. Especially like they're holding a stick or carrying some shit. You never know what they're carrying, if it's some feces or some shit. So he had a stick and he's pointing me like, so I'm like, huh? I know this happens, especially when they see people with they just have bad mentality. They have a short dress, so this is probably why he's pointing me and he wants to come and beat me. Then I first told I'm like, God, dare me. I'm putting this shit down. You dare me. Then I told him, and there are some women who are looking at me and him. They're like, what's the drama going on here? So everyone is trying to mind their business, but I got their attention because I'm yelling. I'm like, you dare me. You dare me. You want to beat me with that stick? You dare me. Are you an Israelite? Why are you holding a stone? Huh?
I'm gonna fuck you up with it. That's why.
I didn't understand what the Israelite thing came from, but I'm like, what do you know that I don't know? But you must know something. You
I
know
don't know.
something.
I know it is like. I guess Israelites just stone people in the Bible. I don't know. That don't make.
No, but yeah, people are really educated. That's all I can say. People are not really that dumb like the previous generations. The dumb
Of
generation
course, of
with
course,
the
you're smarter than previous generation. Of course you are.
with the older millennials a little bit. We see some older millennials, not all of them, some older
Yeah.
millennials. Yes, some are really, like really, really dumb. But anyway, much love, family. This has come to the end of my conversation for today. This has been the Pan African Edition. For those who have been with me on YouTube, Rumble, BitChute, for those who shall catch this on Spotify, on Spreaker, on whatever you've been streaming live from, hope you have enjoyed and you will enjoy. For those who have been with me on the radio as well, have yourself some
I don't
beautiful
know,
rest
Joe,
of
but you really brave, boy. I've been out there with them short skirts in Africa. People all acting all crazy and want to beat you.
yeah, because I don't know. It was not even a short dress because it's a dress I wear a lot, but I've not really worn because I think I've not worn short dresses in a long time. So
Okay.
yeah, I've not really worn short dresses. So I'm back in that era because it's summer. It's just hot.
Yeah, it's gonna get hot. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I met even other old Negroes, some taxi Negroes. They were like, yo, you need to have a scarf on you. I was like, shut up, old woman. You sound like an old woman. You're gonna die bad. You'll die bad. And me I'm loud. I'll embarrass you. Trust me. I'll embarrass you. God dare me. You go strong. I'll embarrass you. Oh my God. You'll regret opening your mouth. I swear.
That's the Joby I love.
You'll regret opening your mouth to me. Huh? Don't you dare me. Even Kamlesh, and every time I walk with Kamlesh, then Kamlesh, because when I have like a short dress, Kamlesh is like, people are looking at me bad. I'm like, and so let anyone come talk to you, And so is there anyone who has talked to me in a bad way? Because they always talk bad when they see us alone. But I'm with you. Who is talking to you bad? They can just look at you bad because they want to talk, they can't talk. So all they gotta do is just look at you. Let them dare, and I let them dare. As people know me around here, I'm really like a good person, but dramatic. Don't try me. Don't try me. But anyway, have yourselves a beautiful, beautiful day.
That's the difference. That's the difference between Joby and Rumi's eye. Rumi's eye was no Joby. I can never get from desire to be a fighter like Joby. There's never gonna be no damn fighter.
It's gonna be in you too, not everyone likes to be, in chaos. Some people like to be all peaceful. I'm sorry, I'm not that. Trust me, I'm not that. Yeah, tooth for tooth, eye for eye, period.